Nissan Altima that we're doing the valve cover that actually came in today. So if you're wondering how to do it and looking it up, this valve cover is quite easy. We already took it apart previously, but I'll show you what we did. So you're gonna have the 3 bolts right here, 2 right here, and then the same bolts on the other side. On the other side of the valve cover, you're gonna have to take off. You're gonna take the PCV breather off. We took this bolt out and this to give us some room right here. You're gonna take the bolts out of the coil packs out of all 4. And then you're going to remove all of them. And then what we had to do, since his old gasket was super crusty and gross, and that's why I'll show you what the inside of the seals are. This is the whole reason why we're doing this, is we just stick a flathead in there and we just pried this up. Nissan Altima that we're doing the valve cover that actually came into. So this was the old gasket that we had, and you can tell it is super brittle and cracking. You can go right here and just move it, and you can just see it does not like to move. So it was a super old gasket. It almost had 140,000 miles on it, so we definitely had to switch that. Here is the new Tilt Pro gasket that we are going to be putting into here. What you want to do is lay out the new gasket and put it in the configuration of this, and you're going to see that this part will go down and seat into here to make a good seal. As we can tell, we have the big bend right here and the shallow bend. Big bend is on this side, shallow bend, so we have it up backwards like that. We're going to flip it over, lay it out, and we're going to lay it all into here until it's all flush and ready to go. There you go. You're going to put it in, and you're going to make sure it seats down even around these cracks and around the bolt holes. You want to make sure it seals, and you can see the reason that we have to do this is, if you didn't know, Nissan's valve covers have non-serviceable spark plug tubes seals, so we had to buy a whole new valve cover gasket. Thankfully it was pretty cheap. I think it was $35 and then shipping to get here. Like $45. And then we got the gasket and the spark plugs for like 40 bucks. So super easy, gets the car up and running. It'll be no issue at all. I just want to see is you want to make sure you put this in the right spot, which was on this side of the motor to fill it up. So you're going to see the bolt holes line up, and what you're going to do is hopefully have someone move this out of the way, this out of the way, and move this out of the way. Yeah. And you just want to set this over the spark plug, get it all up in there, and seal it down. And then this hose is going to be in the way, which you're just going to have to move and get it to seal nice and easy. As you can see, make sure you're going to seal. The blue seal is so much better sticking out. And make sure, like he said, you have your bolts handy, and then we're going to tighten these down with a 10 mil. Back ones, you're going to need an extension, just makes it a little bit easier. And don't forget to put the bolt back up into here. And this hose will be a pain in the ass. This pain will be hard. It's actually probably easier to connect this, which we're going to do before attaching this. We did the reverse opposite to get it off. This is super easy. You put the plugs back in. It's super easy job, guys. You can do this. Very simple. Let's get going. All right, so as you can see, we have 6 out of the other bolts. There's going to be 4 more on the back side, which we'll show you. So right now you just want to get these in. You want to get them all started with your fingers so they catch threads, and you're going to want to hopefully put even pressure. Don't strip them. Get them all in. It'll be super easy. You just tighten these down with the 10 mil ratchet. We're using an extension to make it easier.
You okay, guys?
Oh yeah, that's all caught. One right there, one right there, one right there. We are using the 10 with the little extension. We're going to tighten those all down, then tighten them down. The factory specifics is 10 square foot a pound for each bolt to get it sealed in there. And then once we go from there, we will put each of the spark plugs back in, and then we will put the coil packs on top, plug it back up, and we'll give the first startup. All good. You can see why these spark plugs were falling out. As you can tell, they're very dirty. The diodes are gone. The oil was reaching through the plugs. Definitely the source of our issue of why the car would not start. And then we're seeing the seal tubes and all the oil inside. Definitely was the issue. Oh. Alright guys, so with the spark plugs, you definitely want to make sure you gap them. Even though they come from the gap, you want to make sure. We Googled, and they are supposed to be at 0.40. So what you're going to do is you're going to see the 0.20, you're going to stick it in there, right here, and you're going to go until you feel no resistance. As you can see, we are gapped absolutely perfect. And then what you want to do is you want to check for all of the spark plugs. You want to put it in on 0.20 and go until you can't spin it anymore. They're all perfect. So you want to do is you want to check all your spark plugs, and once they're all gapped perfectly, you want to put them back in the car. All right, in the video. Right stuff for this will do. You want to get the 5/8 and you want to put it inside of the spark plug hole. You want to get it on top, and you just want to make sure you don't cross thread. Make sure you get on top, and you just want to start screwing all the way. Make sure you feel no resistance because you cannot cross thread these plugs. You just want to go in and tighten these all the way down. See, right now it's getting a little tight. You can feel it grab, and there you go. See, it will not turn anymore. You don't need to over crank these. There you go. And you just want to keep doing the same thing. You want to put it down on top of the plug. You just want to start spinning. Make sure there's no resistance. You do not want to cross thread these. Just spin them all the way down until they get all the way tight. So keep spinning. Getting tight, as you can see. And once you'll start to feel it and go until it won't go anymore. There you go. You're done. You just want to do that for the rest. Here we go. We're gonna crank the car up right now after putting all the new plugs and valve covering with the new seals. All right, go for it. And there we go. Car started. You might see some residual oil coming off, burning off. That's no big deal. It's running smooth, all good. Here we go. So as you see, guys, first drive with the new spark plugs, running great, doing great, super easy install. Hope you guys enjoyed. Car's running great. We are heading to the store to get some seafoam to clean the top of the pistons out and clean all the gunk from the oil. That was all in there. We're gonna go to the store right now, and then when we get back, we'll show you how to seafoam the Altima. So how we chose to seafoam the car is that we got the Big Tech chemical, and what we're gonna do is we unhooked the flathead right here, stick this all the way into here, and we're gonna spray it into the intake manifold. So it goes through the injectors and everything, and it sprays right on top of the pistons and cleans all the gunk out. You see plenty of smoke coming out the back of the exhaust. What we're gonna do, we're gonna have him start the car, and once he starts the car, he's gonna give it a tiny bit of revs to keep this up while I spray this in here. And it's super easy, and once we get it going, we'll show you how to do it. So while he's revving it up, you just want to spray it. You just try not to kill it. It's going to try because this is a liquid going in mixing with the air.